cruising around in my B3 Passat, PD150. Today I'm going to be getting to the bottom of that sound that's bugging me. That sound right there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's drive shaft related or gearbox related. This has had a conversion, I didn't do it. The car's absolutely fine, it drives fine. Just there's a noise that's really winding me up between 40 and 50. And it's like, and it's not, you can't ignore it. It's like a, but faint in the background. If you know machines and mechanics, you know when you hear something. So yeah, it's bugging me, it's winding me up. We will also be just going over the car to check out anything that I need to sort out on it. I've not really had a chance yet. Last weekend I was ill, so this weekend is the only weekend I get to do it. So we're going to go over the car and just look at all the little bits and bobs that I might need to sort out. You know, it's somebody else's project. I know it was originally mine, but it's a lot has changed since then. So yeah, it was somebody else's project. So yeah, we'll go over the car, see what's what, and see what little bits I need to tidy up and what needs doing. So it's bright today. Watch this space. First things first, I just want to go over having a look at areas that might chafe. Another thing I noticed when having a look around, the ECU that this car has now to run this engine is up here, and it looks to me like it's literally just been placed there. It's loose, so I wouldn't mind packing it out with something, maybe not polystyrene or something that I can just pack it out with to make it secure, because I don't really like that just being loose up there. Do you know what I mean? That's not how I do things, but yeah, I might need to sort that out. This is rubbing on here constantly. Any rub marks on it? Yeah, it's starting to go. Not even sure if that would make a rubbing noise. Just little bits and bobs here and there. Maybe the person that did the conversion never got around to doing. Like, I don't like that rubbing on there, so I'll cable tie them together just so there's no chance of rubbing. Kind of like what they've done there. That must be a broken clip because it's got that on it. These are this is a bit wobbly. This is intercooler pipe, is a bit wobbly. I don't mind doing something with that. Maybe even if I just cable tied it to that pipe just to make it more secure. But today I want to have a look down there at the drive shaft at this side of the car, because there is a definite noise coming from this wheel. I don't think it's not wheel bearing because it's not constant. It's only between 40 and 50, and I can't even explain what it is. I don't think the camera picked it up in my earlier video either. So my job today is to go underneath. I wanted to make sure the bolts are tightened up and stuff. This is no word against the person who did the conversion or anything, but yeah, I just need to check for myself. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've been having a look at all the brake and stuff. This all seems fine. Been having a look under here and checking the bolts. The person that's done the conversion even marked up the bolts, and they're still in line, so that, you know, I'll check the tightness in a minute, but they're still fine, I'm sure. Drive shaft seem fine. The gearbox makes a bit of a noise though. I think it might just be a noisy gearbox. I think it could just be a noisy gearbox. I'm going to check the bolts on the drive shaft. I'm also going to check the drive shaft on the other side, just get underneath. But to be fair, everything looks pretty much sweet under here. This dry as a bone. Bottom of here, everything's so easy to access as well. Starter motor's right there. I can drain the gearbox oil and put new stuff in there. It's so easy to access this engine. Right, I was thinking, oh, you know, PD lump, a little bit of rust under here. I think I'm going to get some chassis paint and sort all this stuff out under here. But mechanically wise, it looks alright. It's just me being paranoid. That's what I think it is, because I didn't do the conversion. But it's a bit of a noisy. Not sure if that's anything to do with it, but gearbox is a bit, not ropey, gearbox is a bit wishy-washy. Other than that, I can't really find anything wrong under here that would make that noise. So I'm just gonna have to ignore the noise and just assume it's part of the car, because obviously this isn't the same engine. It's all the sound deadening, and you know, engines make noise. There's thousands of pieces all going off at once, so they're gonna make noise. And you know, some cars at a certain speed do make a bit of noise, but That's just the way things are. Anyway, right, I'm going to crack on and just test out a few bolts and stuff, but and then we're off to try and sort out this bloody exhaust at the back. Okay, done this side, checked it all out. It is it's good. Drive shaft bolts are all good. Everything seems spot on, to be honest. To be honest, it would be sacrilege if I didn't drop it by another 10 mil while I was here. It's not rubbing, which means it can go lower. Okay, well, I have found one point that I'm not very happy about. Is the radiator. Let me go from above here and have a look for it. The radiator isn't even in. The radiator's not in. There was a cable tie holding the radiator in, that was it. So, I'm going to have to mount the radiator as well. Okay. I think my idea and other people's idea of mechanically perfect are different. Right. Okay. Okay, there we go. I actually found a bracket here, a plate in there that I managed to get underneath this piece of aluminium here, and now it's properly solid in there. Radiator is in. Well, turns out the inner drive shaft bolts on the driver's side were loose. The bloke that bought it off did mention to me you have to check them regular, because I think it's something to do with the torque or something. They just like to undo themselves, and I know that on other Volkswagens they do as well. But fingers crossed, that might be that noise that I've just fixed. So it didn't take long for them to loosen those since I bought the car. It was like 2 weeks, was it? But I had to keep an eye on them, Loctite them or something. But yeah, I have to keep an eye on them. But hopefully that's done it. Right, now onto this. This bloody exhaust just keeps on twisting, because it's only got one bracket on one side here and a straight pipe that goes in, and no matter what I do it just twists. So I've got to try and figure out a bracket on this side to pull it back up. See, this is the problem I've got. Here's the exhaust, comes down, you've got one bracket here and it just goes down and into the joiner here. This joiner, no matter how tight I do that, it just twists. So I need to figure out to put a bracket here somewhere just to put it straight. So bear with me on this.
A few moments later.
Okay, here's the plan. As you can see, that bracket is there holding that side. I've got this. I'm going to bolt this to the bottom there, and then, I could even do it there, wherever really. I'll bolt it there. Then I'm going to use some of this to weld to the side of this, and then bend through that bracket, which should hold this side of the exhaust up, solving the problem. Happy days. Right, so that's on. Now I need to figure out how to bend that. See, I quite like that bend in the end, so I might use that to go through there. So it sits like that. So I'm going to have to bend it there to go that way. And so that goes through there. I can move that way. Cut this and just... That's what I've got to do, and that'll be bloody secure, that exhaust. Sorry, there you go, it's welded on. It's not pretty, but it'll do. Okay, so far today we have done up the drive shafts on one side because they were a little bit loose. Hopefully that was the noise it was making. We've secured the radiator. I've packed up the ECU just for now using bubble wrap, wrapped it up and packed it in there using bubble wrap just to keep it from rattling around. I've gone around different hoses and stuff, securing things up a bit. Done the bracket on the exhaust to stop that twisting. So yeah, I'm ready to take it for a test drive to see if any of what I've just done makes any difference to any of the road noises and driving noises. So I just disconnected the battery, so I'm hoping that hasn't done something, because you never know on cars you don't own what happens if you disconnect the battery. I've got no lights, but I've got this little dongle thing I've got to plug it in. Beeps. Yeah, let's go for a drive. I can still hear that weird noise, not the thing, but a different noise. But I think that noise only appeared when I put these 17-inch wheels on with the small tyres, so I think that might be tyre noise. So yeah, I need to get up to 40, 50. Let's see if that other word noise is gone or not. Okay, we're coming up to 40, 50 miles an hour. And I can still hear it. Oh God. Right, let's go and have a little play. Spool up time. Woohoo! That's all today's video was just me having a look at the stuff with the car. And next videos, it's time to start customising. See you in the next one, peeps.
Man, I get this work. All I do is work. All I do is work. All I do is work. Bessie B and man, I